Hello and welcome to this edition of How's That? It's been fun having you on our journey. Vijay Lopali is with me. Good morning, Vijay.
Yeah, good morning. For all those who are getting used to the last over finishes, yesterday obviously was a very disappointing day.
It was interesting, even though there were two one-sided games yesterday, Vijay, in that double header. But yes, what we can do, Vijay, is look at the four openers who got runs yesterday. There was Quinton de Kock at the top of the order for Mumbai Indians, scoring runs after a long time. David Warner was among the runs for Sunrisers Hyderabad, even though he could not carry the team over the line. And then in the other match in Dubai, we got to see openers from both sides get runs as well. KL Rahul for Kings 11 Punjab and Shane Watson and Faf du Plessis, both of them getting 8 each to see Chennai Kings home by 10 wickets. It was the day of the openers. But let's take Rahul to begin with. Seemed the slowest of the five batsmen who got half centuries.
If you see, you're right. We'll talk about the openers because de Kock scoring runs after a long time, Shane Watson scoring after a long time, Faf du Plessis maintaining his good form, and KL Rahul also. I mean, he is in good form, but obviously last night there was something missing. And he did talk about the slowness of the pitch, that the ball was gripping, and he was not able to. He loves to have the ball coming on nicely. So he had to adapt. He should have adapted because he has the caliber. He's one of the finest young talent we have to serve the team for a long time. And that, I think, it had an impact.
Any team would expect its informed batsmen to be scoring at a fast clip, especially when you know that the middle order has not been scoring runs. Someone like a Glenn Maxwell, for example, has struggled to find his touch in this IPL, and the pressure mounted on KL Rahul when Mayank Agarwal fell quite early. Nicholas Pooran, of course, played a good hand, but I think the load was on Rahul, and he must have felt it yesterday, that he had to score at a fast clip. And when batsmen are trying too hard sometimes, Vijay, they don't get to hit the ball as well as they want to.
See, Rahul is not the one who will get bogged down. I mean, if you see all his beginnings, even when he plays for India, unless he gets going right from the beginning, he tends to slow down. I mean, he likes to get on with the job. Any opener, I mean, unless of course the situation demands and you have to adapt. But in Rahul's case, he also knows that he has to deliver. Maxwell has been kind of a burden on the team. He's not delivering at all, and he's increasing the batting woes for Punjab. So that puts Rahul under tremendous pressure. He has delivered, and Punjab's hopes lies only if Rahul and Mayank Agarwal give them a flying start.
Kings 11 Punjab will want Rahul to play a bit more aggressively. I'm very sure about that, while protecting his wicket, because the fall of either Mayank Agarwal or Rahul cheaply spells disaster for the Kings 11 side. And now it has got its back to the wall. After 5 games, it has just got 1 win. It could have been easily 3 wins, but Mayank Agarwal will rue that one shot when he needed to take a single and ensure a victory. He tried to play that glorious shot over extra cover and got caught. There is enough reason and time for him to rue that shot, but they will have to get on with it and hope that they can find some fighting spirit within themselves.
That shot, I mean, it's dead and gone. So there's no point for Mayank Agarwal to keep thinking about it, but he has to look to contribute, because he knows at the other end there is Rahul, who has backed him right through the tournament. But what about Karun Nair? I mean, he hasn't delivered, and the fact that he had to be dropped from yesterday's game is going to add to the problems for Anil Kumble, who is already struggling with a bowling attack which hasn't bowled to its potential. So Kings 11, after a brilliant start, I mean, look at where they find themselves.
Let us watch what Mandeep had to say, Vijay. At the end of the game, he was asked a tough question. It's probably a little bit unfair to ask the young man, but he was asked, how Kings 11 Punjab can rally from here?
I feel just keep the fighting spirit going. I think that's what Punjabis are known for. So hopefully we can get that fighting spirit going and, just play one game at a time and look to win one game at a time. I think that's our strength has been that we have been taking wicket up front, but today we didn't get any wicket. And I think that's where the game got slipped away from us.
It will be interesting to see whether Punjab can really invoke that fighting spirit that Mandeep talks about. Let's also watch what Gursharan Singh, a coach, has to say about how Punjab can stage a comeback from here.
मुझे लग रहा है कि किंग्स 11 के लिए अभी काफ़ी मुश्किल है क्वालिफाई करना, क्योंकि अभी तक एक ही मैच जीते हैं हम। और मेरा यही मानना है, चाहे T20 हो, टेस्ट क्रिकेट हो, चाहे वनडे हो रहा हो, उसमें आपके 5 क्वालिटी विकेट टेकिंग बॉलर्स बहुत ज़रूरी है। और किंग्स 11 में यही परेशानी हो रही है कि उनके जो लास्ट के ओवर हैं उसमें नहीं बॉल कर पा रहे हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा रन दे देते हैं। प्लस एक चीज़ और है कि काफ़ी चेंजेस कर रहे हैं, जैसे पहले मैच में जॉर्डन को खिलाया फिर उसको ड्रॉप कर दिया, और सेटल टीम नहीं हो रही है। कम से कम जो 1-11 को थोड़ी देर 3-4 मैचों में, 2-3 मैचों में उनको बैक करना चाहिए। और बॉलिंग बहुत ज़रूरी है, प्रॉपर बॉलर खिलाने चाहिए, 5 बॉलर। और मुझे लग रहा है कि ये मैक्सवेल की बैटिंग बहुत ही नीचे आ रही है, उसको लास्ट के 3-4 ओवर ही मिल रहे हैं। और अभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया में इतना अच्छा करके आए थे, वो 100 भी बनाया एक में, तो उसके बाद फॉर्म में बैट्समैन को भी इतना नीचे भेजेंगे तो मुश्किल होगी। तो अभी दोबारा जो और मैचेस बचे हैं इसमें बॉलिंग स्ट्रॉन्ग करेंगे तो मुझे लगता है काफ़ी फ़र्क पड़ेगा।
Vijay, you spoke about how the Kings 11 Punjab bowlers are struggling. Mohammad Shami has always delivered a wicket for them in power play, and when that did not happen, Watson and Faf du Plessis could go on to make that big score, the biggest partnership that Chennai Super Kings has had in all its years in IPL.
Yes, Rajaraman, I mean, everybody talks of youth and T20 being a young man's game, but look at Shane Watson and Faf du Plessis. I mean, they have proved that experience is equally important, and that's what Watson showed. There could be a couple of dot balls and then suddenly he comes up with a big shot. Look at his temperament, look at his shot placement. He is an amazing, I mean, somebody who has played 4 years. It's more than 4 years now that he played for Australia, a T20 game. I don't think he gave any signs of somebody who has not been in touch. He conserves his energy. He knows that he's not at his fittest, but he makes an effort. And last night was vintage Shane Watson.
There's been a lot of talk about how Chennai has backed its stars, and then Shane Watson repaying Chennai Super King. My own belief, Vijay, is that they don't have too many options. The only other opening batsman in the ranks is Murali Vijay, and he has not been in the best of form. Let's watch what Stephen Fleming has to say about how the Chennai Super Kings back Shane Watson to come good.
Well, I think it helps. I think the players know that they get a lot more opportunity than not. We reticent to change the team if it's not going well. Although if we see an area that we're not happy with, then we'll try and improve it. And if that's by changing players, we'll do it. So it's not an absolute shoo-in. But if the players are doing the right thing, we will back them for as long or even longer than possible and get hopefully that cycle form going. But it's a tough game. Sometimes you can be in form and 4 or 5 games miss out. The 5th or 6th game's yours, so we're pleased it happened tonight. Which is the strength of an experienced player. If Shane had been struggling in the nets and looking out of touch, then it may have been a selection issue, but he's been nothing but solid in doing his work and the practice games as well. So again, it was a matter of time and a little bit of fortune and some good positive thoughts from him, but it'll do him the world of good. Every batsman wants to get into the tournament, and Shane, if he gets on a roll, will be very important to us.
Vijay, it has been one of the hallmarks for Chennai Super Kings to be backing the combination that does deliver the goods every time. They don't make too many changes. Of course, there was one game where they had to make 3 changes, especially with Raidu and Bravo coming back into the side. But they seem to have found a settled combination finally.
Settled combination finally, and also the fact that they have such tremendously gifted batsmen at the top, with Watson and Faf showing the way. It eases the pressure on the batsmen who follow. And suddenly, you see how CSK is now looking so strong and looking to go the distance with teams like Mumbai Indians and Delhi Capitals also challenging, looking very good to win the title.
Talking about Mumbai Indians, Vijay, it was a command performance yesterday with that win over Sunrisers Hyderabad. That small ground, Sharjah, it was meant to be a big hitting game, but I think bowlers from both sides did really well to contain the opposition. Mumbai Indians not scoring 210, Sunrisers failing by about 40 runs. It was a massive win for Mumbai Indians yesterday.
Yes, massive win in which everybody contributed. I mean, you look at it except for Rohit, every batsman went and made runs and very crucial runs. Someone like Krunal Pandya, 4 balls and 20 runs. I mean, imagine. I mean, it was in the end it proved very critical. And Hyderabad is struggling. Hyderabad is struggling on all fronts. Yesterday they brought in Siddharth Kaul, who looked pretty pedestrian given the circumstances. So I think they will have to improve in every department. Everyone knows that. But Mumbai Indians is firmly in control.
Siddharth Kaul would have believed that he bowled one of the best deliveries by Yorking Hardik Pandya. But then there was another Pandya who came in and struck the ball really hard. Let's watch what Krunal Pandya had to say about which of the Pandyas hits the ball really hard.
I guess I'll say Pandyas are the biggest six-hitter.
But it was really about Quinton de Kock yesterday, Vijay, the manner in which he bounced back. He's not been among the runs and looked a little lost, but he came back quite strongly to get that half century. Played a very critical knock, especially after Rohit Sharma got out very, very early in the innings.
Yes, clinical knock coming at the right time. It should also boost his own confidence because he is one batsman who likes to get going, and he has all the shots. Left-hander, a very attractive batsman to watch. So it augurs well for Mumbai Indians that here finally de Kock is among the runs.
Switching to the Hyderabad bowling, Vijay, there were 2 bowlers who gave less than 30 runs. Both of them bowled extremely well. Whether it was Natarajan or Rashid Khan, they were on the money and they did a very good job for their side. But the other bowlers perhaps did not find the right length on that track in Sharjah.
A small ground definitely was probably weighing on their minds because of the length they were trying to bowl, not wanting the batsman to go for the shots on square of the pitch. But I'm not surprised with Rashid Khan doing very well because he is expected to do well. He's one of the finest leg spinners in the T20 circuit at least. But Natarajan, I'm very happy. He looks to be improving every game and he is a good prospect for even Indian cricket if they look ahead.
But to me, the bowler really yesterday was Trent Boult, Vijay, not because he was given the man of the match award, but because of the mind that he got into his bowling. There was so much thought into what he was doing. The slower delivery, short pitch, slower delivery that was rising, and the one that got Kane Williamson, for example, was terrific. It is good to see a fast bowler applying his mind and not just bank on Yorkers, because you could always overpitch or deliver a full toss and be sent out of the ground for a 6. I thought Trent Boult was a master yesterday.
Yeah, and what a fabulous athlete! You know, he looks to be busy all the time with a smile on his face. Very few fast bowlers would come and chat. A friendly chat with the opposition batsman, which Trent Boult does. He's a wonderful sportsman, a typical Kiwi, you know, very friendly, I mean, he is a complete fast bowler, like you said, the slower one and then the slow bouncer. And look at the angles which he probes. I mean, if for a left arm, always it's challenging to face a left arm, but when he's exploring, he's using the crease so well, I think he becomes a very formidable bowler.
Krunal Pandya was another one who tried to be creative, trying to vary the trajectory of the ball, bowling faster at times than we have known him to, from a lower trajectory, almost round arm action. But the other bowler who impressed me most was James Pattinson. The manner in which he tied down David Warner on his leg stump was terrific to watch. And then eventually he got him with a wide delivery, Vijay, to a fabulous catch by Ishan Kishan.
And Pattinson, if you remember Raja Raman, one of the early shows, we did talk about him. He is a wonderful bowler to watch. I mean, look at his action, and he is always looking aggressive. Fast bowler has to be aggressive, and that's what Pattinson is. And last night again, he was a wonderful bowler to watch.
It was a show of character, though, from David Warner to get that battling half century. It was not his normal self that he was at the crease. He was tied down. He was hamstrung for space. He was not given enough room or width, and he battled it out for a half century. He would have ideally liked Bairstow or Williamson to stay on a little longer and take the fight deeper into the Mumbai Indians bowling.
Yeah, and Warner has come to accept the fact that he is the captain. He will be under pressure to deliver. He has to shepherd the team. Look at how he encourages the youngsters. And the best thing is, he is setting an example with his game.
Vijay, when you lose by 34 runs, it is tough to come and defend. And yesterday, the Sunrisers sent its mentor, VVS Lakshman, to the press conference. Let's watch what he had to say in defense of the Sunrisers last night.
Well, I think our strength is our death bowling, but unfortunately, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, the most experienced bowler in our franchise, got injured the previous match. Khalil also was not fully fit for this match. That's why we had to go with newcomers, and it happens. It's a very tough wicket to bowl on. We all know that how the batsmen enjoy playing on this wicket. If you see, this is the lowest score compared to the other matches. If you see on this wicket. So overall, I think we are very happy with the way our bowlers have bowled so far in this tournament. And Sid Kaul had a bad day at the office, and it happens to anyone on any particular day. You have to have wickets in hand, but at the same time, when you're chasing such a big total, you have to also maintain the run rate. You can't be behind. Yeah, unfortunately, we lost Kane and then Warner at crucial times. Just when Warner was looking to change the gear and picking up the momentum, we lost him. And Kane's dismissal also was a very crucial one, because we know how experienced Kane is to handle various situations. But I think in the end, I just felt that it was too much for the youngsters to get. But I was very impressed with the way Samad came out and expressed himself. Overall, I think I'm sure the batsmen will learn from this experience, because it's very important to have wickets in hand if you're chasing a big total on this ground.
Lakshman, of course, doing a grand job of bringing on his commentary skills and his analytical abilities together to defend Sunrisers last night. We move on, Vijay, to tonight's game. Royal Challengers Bangalore and Delhi Capitals should be another classic encounter between two top sides. Royal Challengers finding their mojo now. Delhi Capitals, of course, being on top of their game at this point of time.
One can look forward to a classic between RCB and Delhi Capitals. Both have batsmen in form. Virat Kohli has made runs. Shreyas Iyer is back in form. So I think it is going to be a battle of batsmen.
Should be fun to watch, Vijay, tonight, and to chat about it tomorrow morning. I hope to catch up with you tomorrow. Thank you very much, Vijay, for your time and for your thoughts. Always engaging to hear you speak about the game that you love so much.
Yeah, thank you, Raja Raban. Have a good day.